Hi, I'm Ken Billett, a retired HR professional. Currently, I'm a freelance writer and author. I'm also a cancer survivor and a patient advocate. In July 2013, I found out I had metastatic melanoma, which is a stage 4 diagnosis. 6 years later, I was still undergoing treatment, but my cancer remained relatively small, isolated, and stable. Overall, I felt pretty good, both physically and mentally. So I decided that I wanted to share my story, my positive news of hope, with other melanoma patients and their caregivers, along with the general public. I also decided that I wanted to start giving back to the melanoma community. That year, several national nonprofit organizations and health-related companies featured my cancer story on their websites. Then I was selected to be part of the Congressionally Directed Medical Research Program, also known as CDMRP. Working as a consumer reviewer in the melanoma program opened my eyes to the research world and how new drugs and potential treatments begin their development. When I was first diagnosed, I created a blog for my family and close friends. I called the blog "In Difficulty Lies Opportunity." The title comes from a famous quote attributed to Albert Einstein. Einstein believed that we should change our perspective when faced with a challenge. Instead of focusing on the negative, search for the potential benefits, the positives, and also opportunities for growth. That is how I viewed my own cancer journey, which I framed as being fortunate, and why being an advocate became my passion.
I think that's one of the things that's very important is making sure that we lessen that burden. We somehow personalize that interaction between the researchers and the clinicians and those patient participants. Anything that makes the lives of the patient participants easier is going to be a huge benefit.
As a patient survivor who directly benefited from researchers thinking outside of the box and then following up on their hypothesis, I know the importance of clinical research for the patient community. I used to think that not having participated as a subject in a clinical trial put me at a slight disadvantage as an advocate. I realized, however, that my ongoing clinical research involvement and work with major pharmaceutical companies has given me that big picture perspective and allowed me to better relate my understandings to others, whether it's fellow patients, caregivers, and fellow advocates. The cancer community realized several years ago that involving patients, caregivers, survivors, and advocates was a smart thing to do. CDMRP, for example, made consumer involvement a key component of their peer review process. The entire healthcare industry continues to move in the direction of a patient-centric focus, which I hope means more patient voices will be heard and outcomes will continue to improve. We hear it time and time again, advocate for yourself. Well, I also advocate for others who can't fight for themselves, or who unfortunately are no longer here to voice their concerns. The only way we continue to help future advancements in medicine and treatments is to make our voices heard.